I'm Al Farrington, and I'm with American Baking Systems, and I'm here at the World Pastry Forum to show our equipment that we have for the small to medium-sized bakery. American Baking Systems feels very strongly that today, if we're going to see the bakery business grow, we need the young baker coming out of culinary school to get into his bakery as quick as possible and be able to have a shop of his own. The way to do this is to have very high quality equipment that does beautiful product but at a cost that the young baker can afford. We try to make the best quality equipment we can for the best possible lowest price. So in doing that, we cover everything from the mixers to the proofer retarders to all the makeup equipment. What you do not see here is we have French bread molders, 20-part hydraulic dividers. We have final finish rounders that you can duplicate hand rounding. And we also have a sour tank that is not shown here today that will produce your sours for you overnight while you're sleeping. So when you come in the morning, you can make beautiful European artisan breads. We'd like to start our little tour of the equipment by looking at our spiral dough mixers. These mixers come in 25 kilo, 50 kilo, 80 kilo, 120 kilo. But the smaller mixers for the smaller shops allow the artisan baker to make the small batches of breads that he needs. The spiral dough mixer differs from the mixer that you would normally or have been introduced to in the past. The planetary Hobart style mixer, spiral dough mixer kneads and develops the dough and puts more moisture in the dough. When a spiral mixer is not needed and when you want to make cakes or want to stretch sours or do other things in your bakery, we offer a full line of planetary mixers similar to the Hobart style. These mixers are made differently in that the tools fit very close to the bowl, so there's no hand scraping and you have perfect emulsification of all your different mixes. Another piece of equipment that we offer is the retarder proofers. These are very handy for the bakers today because you can retard your product. You can also proof your product. Some of the models will allow us to interrupt the proofing function completely, hold your dough for up to 2 days, then it'll turn into a retarder, which allows the dough to thaw out, and then it'll turn around and become a proofer for you so the dough's ready. Say if you want to not work on Sunday and you want to come in Monday morning, your product will be ready to go and you can start baking as soon as you come in. The retarder proofer is offered in 2 sections, so you can use the bottom section, say as a retarder, the top section as a proofer. So during your daily routine, you have flexibility to use the machine to your needs.
Al, would you please explain to me the concept behind inside-out baking?
It's all got to do with the transition of heat in the product. At the rate the heat goes in the product and the amount of heat in the product. For example, a lot of convection ovens you'll see out in the marketplace, they have like 20 amps, 22 amps power. They don't have enough power to get enough heat to the product quickly. Then the heat has to transfer into the middle. Once you get the bread up in size, then you want to color the outside. You want to set first, then you want to color the outside.
So you're saying in the other models, the time that should be spent on product expansion is spent on recovery in a weaker model, and then by the time it comes up, it's too late.
Exactly, it's too late because it's starting to color. The outside's sugaring already. The outside's drying off and sugaring, and thus it can't set any further. So when the product comes out of the oven, it tends to wrinkle and fall down. Right. It doesn't hold its set. An oven is really judged by how it transfers the heat into the product. That's the whole name of the game. And so you have to have enough power to do it because you have to have enough heat. And if you have enough heat and you put it into the product at the rate the product wants to take it, then it will set before it colors.
I have another question. What if your product is cold? So can you take stuff from the refrigerator and put it in, or do you need to temper it to room temperature to put it in to have that same dynamic?
A lot of people come out of retarders, especially today with bake-offs. That's why everybody says you need a heavier oven for bake-off than you do for normal baking, believe it or not. And again, what's that all about? Getting enough heat into the center core of that product to make it expand and to rise like it should before it colors on the outside. So if you're doing par baked product, if you're doing frozen product that's not up to room temperature completely, it takes a stronger oven with much heavier recovery to make that product right. That's why a lot of ovens they don't work well in a bake-off. And again, you get that shrinked up and no volume and basically real dark on the outside, but the bread's not baked in the middle.
And you created a new word, shrinkle.
Shrinkle, yeah. This is our 5-pan standard convection oven. Comes with steam. So you can do your small bread products, you can do bagels, you can do anything, pretzels, anything you want to do in the bread range, but you can also come back and do pastries, cakes, muffins. If anything that you need to bake in your bakery today, you can use this convection oven for. And it has enough power to really recover fast and bake your products correctly. This is our stone hearth deck oven. These ovens have been designed from the ground up to bake exactly like the old stone hearth ovens of the 16, 17, 1800s. These ovens will bake exactly like your wood-fired stone hearth oven. The way they work is they have their electric elements are encased in ceramic, and then the ceramic is encased in steel. What this does is it mellows out the heat and allows the heat to transfer into the product at the rate the product wants. Again, the important thing is getting that heat into the product at the rate the product needs to allow the bread to rise and for the bread to set before it colors. These ovens have no airflow in them, so they bake exactly like the old hearth ovens of the 17, 1800s. And the final piece of equipment we have today in this classroom is the tabletop dough sheeter. We make this in two models. We have the tabletop you see here with the 20-inch belt, and this is very strong, has the same top and heavy-duty roller system that our floor model has. Our floor model is 24 inches wide on the belt and 9.5 feet working length. One question that's asked a lot is what do I think the future of the bread business is going to be? And I think the future of the bread business is going to be pure natural breads like we've had in the past, like Grandma used to make, or like the baker used to make from Europe when they first came to the United States. Our bakery business, and especially our breads, are full of a lot of additives, a lot of preservatives to try to maintain distribution cycles in the large supermarkets. But I feel very strongly that the small baker on the corner making natural fermentation that we have with our sour tanks, for example, that will extend shelf life purely natural without adding any preservatives or additives is what the American consumer is looking for. Now we just have to get the bakeries open to manufacture this product or have this product available for them, and I'm sure that the American consumer will come and buy it. In the American baking systems, the proof is in the baking.